We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your host, Lee Rodriguez.
I am a visionary. Like, oh, you have a podcast? I'm like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Nyes.
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman.
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris.
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
And our good buddy Mahoney.
Hey, Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! Your dick's so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What is going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, September 19th, 2023, and this is episode number 641 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
No, I wasn't vaping. That was a fog machine.
Jose Guzman.
No mutes tonight, baby.
Oh, he's on the fucking ball. Kelly Harris is here. What's up, Kelly?
Man, why people out there walking around smell like a soupy nutsack?
Oh,
shit.
Oh, and our good buddy Mahoney. What's up, Mahoney?
I want y'all to listen to me very, very carefully. I will beat the shit out of any giraffe you can find me. Anyone.
Line
We're
them
gonna
up.
have a Mahoney animal off one day.
Yeah.
Take a
Set up
giraffe.
a ring.
Put them in
order at the
height
petting
order
zoo.
and send them one at a time.
Yeah. And he just one by one, Kumite style, straight out of the fucking.
It might have been
delivery
Tito. I forget who
cage.
sent it to me, but someone sent me a video of like two professional Japanese soccer players in a field with like 50 children. Trying to play soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tito sent me that
awesome.
too. Yeah, and they kick the shit out of those kids, and that's exactly what I'll do to the giraffe.
Are these children giraffe?
I don't care.
Just imagine Mahoney walking, be like, "What the fuck is up, giraffe?" And that giraffe swinging his head, saying, "Woof!" like a fucking 9-iron, and just he's flying across the.
No, giraffe tries to hit me with their head, I will simply step to the side. That's all.
I wonder if Mahoney's got like a Winter Soldier activation. Like if we're on the safari at Animal Kingdom and we're like, giraffe! He just hops out of the truck.
I do. It's called It's Okay If You Go Fight That Giraffe, and I'll kick the absolute shit out of him.
It's Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, I feel like it's been a minute, but it really hasn't. You guys fucking played the Fortnite last week.
Oh,
did.
man.
Yeah, we didn't talk though. We just did in silence.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Kelly met his new girlfriend that jerks us off.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's true.
She
Lauren
slurped us all
Boebert?
night.
I made a reference to that, to the chick that kept jerking us off on Fortnite, to Mary, and she was like, fucking what did you say?
Yeah,
Well,
you can
what
hire her,
happened?
and she jerks you off.
Yeah, I think those were the exact words I said, and she was like, come again?
She said, "Yeah,
Yes, please.
when she dies, you can hire her again."
Yeah.
For 200 additional gold, she'll let you
Yeah.
finish on her chest.
Yeah.
Oh, that was graphic.
It was fun, though. We did it in honor of Zoe.
Yep.
Got
Yeah,
jerked
Zoe's
off.
birthday. No, play Fortnite.
Oh.
No, that lady jerked us
I
off.
thought you were talking about the
Just
dog.
Like, this one's for you, Zoe. Splatow.
Jesus Christ.
Throw
See,
up a
yeah.
GG.
Fucking kid is 16 years old, man. She drove herself to school for the first time today, and
How
went
was
out of
that?
school with a friend. Like, it's fucking wild. I'm fine. It's convenient because like now she's got like tennis and shit. She's got a job, and I had to drive her every fucking where. And
Lucky
hell
there's
I
no
don't gotta do that shit
beach.
anymore. Yeah, no shit.
I was driving to school once, and then I went to the beach. It was wild.
Whoops.
Well, you can't even do that shit anymore, man. Like, if these kids miss a day of school now, we get a phone call, we get an email, we get a text
Yeah.
message. Just like, God, look, I fucking get it, okay?
Yeah,
I barely went to school my senior year. That shit's gone. That time's over.
Yeah,
Oh.
we went in the fucking golden age of being able to forge shit back in our day.
For real.
I would use the library copy machine to forge my report card after
Beautiful.
cobbling it together like a serial killer.
Beautiful. Yeah, now it's all now every time these kids get a grade, we got a push notification.
Yeah.
Oh my
all,
god.
all the mischief and mystery is gone, man.
Oh,
There's no
I don't know how it
catch-
is in your schools, Lee, but in our schools, kids can't even use paper, so you can't even be making photocopies.
I would be getting
That's
screamed
crazy.
at.
Are they
so
not
much if
allowed
my
to, or
dad
they
was
just
getting
don't
texts.
anymore?
Yeah, they're like, we don't have enough paper, the school, so the kids can't use any. And I'm like, okay,
The school's out of paper.
the school is out of paper, but
Well.
here's the deal, right? Every year, the school puts a budget on the ballot, and we all vote whether or not the budget should pass or not, right? In the years where that budget passes, why don't you have enough money for paper?
Right.
Like, if the budget didn't pass, I could understand being like, hey, it's a lean year, we're short on paper, you can't print shit here. Or like, Will's in second grade, he can't color. Like, I get it, but like,
We just,
we
like,
passed your budget. You didn't ask for paper?
We just get a school supply list, like bring paper and crayons, and we're like, cool, we'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we did. We just dropped off, like, 5 boxes of paper, and we're like, here.
Well,
tell our
even
kid he
though
can color.
it's like, Massachusetts school system, schools are still notoriously underfunded. All that paper is probably at the police department or the fucking jail.
But where is the money?
Yeah,
on them?
the police are making paper airplanes, just lighting it on fire, just burning sheet after sheet for no reason. It's just like, this looks cool.
No, they're coloring, of course. What if like shipments got reversed?
They've got a whole ream of paper and a crayon, and they're just writing slurs.
The fucking police get sent all the school supplies, and the schools get sent all the militarized fucking weapons.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Remember when, I forget which school system in what state, but remember when they were actively hiring former police officers as teachers because they wanted people with handgun experience?
That's
No,
fucking
I don't.
insane.
Oh,
What a
God.
nightmare world. What a nightmare world. I remember
Fucking
when
hell.
Lee's school system convinced him that like a 6-hour bus ride home was totally normal and totally fine.
Holy shit.
It's intense. It is like if Jax rode the bus home from his school, it'd probably take about 2 hours to get home,
Yeah. I was
or
like,
a 20-minute drive.
more buses. Like, you need
Yeah,
more
yeah.
buses.
Yeah, that's not in the budget. More buses, clearly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the cops have 9 buses, all with rocket launchers on them.
Full of hookers.
Yeah, we have a special CSI unit van. I'm like, really, guys? You ever once in a while you
Yeah.
get parked someplace like at a house where there's no crime scene, they just take it home, take turns every weekend like it's a school pet.
Hey, y'all, can
Like
I
when
borrow
you see
that?
a school bus in somebody's yard, and you're like, oh, okay, weird.
Fucking bizarre. But yeah,
paper,
she's
huh?
doing kid's doing great. She's growing up. And the other day, my wife was like, do you have any kind of feelings about it? Any sadness? And I'm like, no, of course not. She's like, because if she wasn't turning 16, then that means she would have died before 16, and that's objectively a fucking tragedy. So like, this is good. I'm down for this. And she says, "Oh, so you're just not the person to talk about this at all?" And I said, "Apparently not."
Guess
we
not.
can talk about it, but don't project onto me. Like you're getting emotional enough about it for the both of us.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Like, this isn't your first rodeo, Nicole.
No, not with me and my one feeling. Whenever something does happen, they always say they hurt my feeling. I only got the one. Got none to spare. Wonderful. But yeah, it's good. The in-laws came into town. They never came to my fucking house, which is incredible.
Hell yeah.
Never? That's awesome.
They came in. No, I take it back. Like her parents came in a little bit on Monday, but that's it. Oh yeah, and her sister and her husband came in for a little bit Monday morning too.
Oh
which is a whole
yeah,
other
Monday
story.
morning, yes.
Yeah, like fucking 6:30 blowing up the phone. It's like ridiculous. But like nobody stayed here. We didn't host a giant fucking dinner. It was incredible. So big ups to my sister-in-law, freshly moved into the state. So fucking way to go.
Yeah.
Had a kick-ass party. It was super fucking extra. Goddamn.
Throwing
My
down
wife
on
don't
some
fuck around with
fucking
parties.
karaoke. A Rodriguez shindig has karaoke. I know that.
Yeah, it was a good time. We had a really good time. All of our friends came and had a blast. The guy who does karaoke where we do it, he built a wheel, like a fucking, spin the wheel, get a category, and they randomly pick a song kind of thing.
Hell
it's a good
yeah.
time. Because, it's like, oh yeah, there's 3,000 fucking songs in this category. I guarantee you don't know the ones you're going to land on. There's never one you fucking know somehow. So it's a lot of like William Shatner renditions, just kind of saying what you think the words might be in a rhythm that you're not familiar with. Just fucking very odd, but it was fun. The kids had a good time.
Hey kids, you know Van Halen?
Yeah, right. They did not. A couple of the kids fucking sang Rolling Stones though, and that blew my mind. I'm like, these kids do know a little something. But
Probably a TikTok trend.
trying to keep me fucking humbled and leveled. Saturday morning, I get up. I think I'm stumbling out of the bedroom like I do. Just toss the shirt on. I'm going to shuffling about to grab a drink out of the kitchen or something, and Jax is sitting on the couch. And as I walk out the hallway to cross the room, he's like tracking me across the room with this look of like the fuck on his face, right? Just like just eyeballing me the whole way across, just following me. And I'm like, dude, what are you looking at? What? And he goes, I can see the outline of your balls through your boxers.
Yikes.
And so I say, well, then quit looking at my balls, bro. And he says, I'm trying, but they're huge. I'm like, go to your room, you fucking savage. It's a fucking animal.
He said, unless
Absolutely
you stop
fucking
talking like that, you're not going to live long enough to get balls these big, buddy.
I'll put you through the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Put the fucking wall.
Now to your goddamn room and eyes off the balls, buddy.
Kid's not right.
Jack starts running the microwave on his crotch.
Oh my God.
Hit him like a hippity hop.
Yeah, he looks like the South Park episode.
Yeah.
Will, who sees me sit down for approximately 10 minutes a day when I'm not eating a meal, has taken to just working into conversation that I'm lazy.
Ouch.
Every time I'm just
Roasted.
like, where the fuck is this coming from?
It's like when you accused me of being addicted to masturbating.
It's kids say shit, and you're like, where do you get this from? Like, you live in the same house I live in, right? Do we share?
And then you're just eyeing him and you're like, who said that? Who said that? Lisa or my mother? Which one?
Yeah.
Huh?
Who put that fucking thought in your head? Tell
Exactly.
me right now.
Coming
Who was
from
around gibber and the jabbering and
I'm just-
said that shit.
I'm just holding the Hershey bar over his head. I'm like, come on, out with it. Who was it?
Where'd you hear this slander? Oh fuck.
Who's speaking these
Will,
awful garbages?
the kid who I've probably seen the most comfortable. Just the dude knows how to relax so well, and he's calling you lazy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, buddy.
Never found a couch you can't physically sink into.
Yeah,
You're lazy, Dad.
You're probably getting 37 steps a day. Let's chill on the
Yeah.
calling people lazy.
These fucking wires are all over my goddamn trackpad, and they're closing everything.
Well, I'm glad we got that.
I fucking hate wires.
Nicole, when did you get here?
Jose's house is wireless.
Tell us
Well,
about your week.
And when we find out who took all those wires, we'll be sure to let you know. That's an office joke. What is happening?
Oh, he's straight up lost Lee. He's just gone. That's what's
Did
happening.
we lose him?
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Did my wires kill Lee?
Yeah,
Did they
you
kill Lee's
unplug
feet?
the Lee wire?
Holy! Did I have Lee's wire here?
Put it back.
Oh, my bad. I'm trying.
Oh, I think it's working.
Yo, I'm on archive.org scrolling through this page, and you can just see titties on there.
What page?
What page? Yeah.
I'm just going through this dude's like archive, everything he's posted of like weird VHS tapes, and there's just fucking Pink Detectives 3 targeted Trump suit. And it's just the thumbnail is just a dude sucking on a titty.
You're literally on the Wayback Machine. It's just a copy of everything that's ever been put on the internet. You can see anything.
I just came back to some wild shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Well, somehow my cords got onto my thing, and when I went to move my cords, I unplugged you.
Oh, okay.
So my bad.
But no, yeah.
Hang on, I gotta go see whose car alarm is going off. I'll be back.
Do it, Kelly.
The wheels
He's
are
gone
falling
on.
off.
Open your window and be like, "Shut the
It's-
fuck
he
up!"
opens up the
And then
window. It's just some guy out there sucking a titty on his car. The same picture he was watching. He goes back and looks at the picture and notices his
He's
house
in
is
it.
behind, and it's him looking through the window.
Remember when Jose had a whole picture conspiracy? Like
Yes.
the fucking dentist office in town hall or whatever.
It was a big chair store.
It was the chair store.
Oh yeah. The big chair gate.
Yeah, chair gate at the fucking lies being spread at City Hall.
I
Oh,
want
no,
you
the
to
court.
know,
It was the courthouse.
I did extensive research trying to find the painting of the chair that was in your town hall so that I could start editing it into other pictures. Just completely unrelated pictures would have had the picture of the chair in it, and you would have been like, "What the fuck is that? Is that the chair?"
I respect it. I respect the game.
I tried so
Jesus.
hard. I considered calling.
Get him with the Freedom of Information Act.
Like that's how you
I have
know
a
he was
full
going
request.
far.
I need to know who this chair painting is by. Thanks.
When somebody will pick up a phone for a bit, you know they're crazy.
Mhm.
I was gonna do it.
Respect the fucking game.
Some call
Yeah,
it the
I don't have anything else
wonton.
really. Fucking built a couple models. Took a bunch of crazy pictures of my toys. Good shit. Good time. Yeah. What you got going on, nice?
All right, I got a grievance, I got a quick story,
All right.
and I got
All right.
a recommendation.
All right,
Trust
let's
your
have it.
enemies,
A little-
nice.
a little- Okay. Okay.
Okay,
I see
the
it.
grievance is in regards to our topic tonight, our Beetlejuice the musical review.
Oh God, so great.
So okay, this Lauren Boebert getting handsy and vaping at Beetlejuice the musical and getting kicked out and pulling the "Do you know who I am" card is so funny. It is hilarious.
So
It's like it really is levels upon levels of funny.
Like
It's
it
absurd.
really
it
is.
feels like a comedy sketch.
A SNL sketch. That
Yeah.
just,
And
and at
if
any moment,
SNL
they
had
turn to the
done-
camera and say, "Live
Right.
from Beetlejuice."
honk
If they
honk.
had done this exact skit, people would be like, that would never happen.
Right.
That is so
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the fact that the night vision camera in the auditorium is just so good and so perfect.
The best night vision camera in the world.
But my grievance is so these people are fucking psychopaths. These
So
types
tell
of
the
people.
story, just in case we know we got some international listeners.
Okay.
Tell what's going on.
Lauren Boebert, congressperson from Colorado, noted psychopath, insurrectionist, let's say Nazi. Let's go that far.
Yeah, she got some Nazi tendencies for sure.
Went to a Denver, Colorado performance of Beetlejuice the musical with her first date, a Democrat who owns a bar that hosts gay and drag nights, which is just another level on top of that.
She's like actively going through a divorce right now.
Actively going through a divorce, and is in the auditorium of Beetlejuice the musical, vaping, taking flash photos, dancing, singing, and groping her date's dick, and he's grabbing her titty, honking on a boobie in
His
Beetlejuice
hand
the musical.
fully down her shirt in a full auditorium surrounded by other people.
Oh, I didn't know it was down her shirt. I just
Completely
right down the
down
top.
her shirt.
Right
See,
down the top.
I didn't see the dick honking the first time. I saw the boobie honking though.
Yeah, the boob honking was distracting you from the dick honking, no doubt.
So
Was that the review? The show was a dick honker.
honk honk. Nice fucking model.
Yeah, nice fucking Broadway play.
Okay,
honk,
my
honk.
grievances, though, are this story is so ridiculous, so comical. You couldn't write something so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Yet-
like the day before, or like maybe hell, it might have been the day the story broke. She tweeted out like, take your kids to church, not drag bars.
yeah.
And then she's like, I'm gonna give a hand job to this guy that runs a drag bar.
Okay. There it
In
is. There it
public,
is.
surrounded by children.
So my problem is, why do we have to make up facts of such a ridiculous story in the first place? It's not a hand job. People are implying she whipped his dick out and jerked him to completion in Beetlejuice the musical.
Okay,
that is
fair.
not what
No,
happened.
she just rubbed him off.
She
That's-
gave him
yeah,
a little
it's
dick
just-
squeezy.
A little
Yeah.
squeeze and a little rubbing, that's
Like-
all.
I feel like if there was more than that one little squeezy, we would have seen more.
Very true.
So
Very true. Hand job is a strong term
yes,
for what she was doing.
and people are just like gave
Some
him
heavy petting.
a full on jerked this guy off in a theater. Now, the second thing that people are over exaggerating is that she jerked this guy off in a theater full of children, which is
Fair.
incorrect. If you look at the video, I noticed one child, probably.
Yeah, those tickets are $90 a pop. That is not a theater full of children.
It is a theater
It's not
full,
full
of
of children,
old
but
white
there is
people.
there's a child in the video sitting near them.
Yeah, well, as she's vaping, the
I
video
wish
of her
that were
vaping,
me.
there is a little girl walking behind her, but that is a far cry from full of children. Some people call
Sure.
it a children's musical. Like, bitch, this is Beetlejuice.
Well, yeah. No. All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Those are people that just don't read shit.
Not full of children, no doubt.
It's kind
But
of like
there are-
Lee with your deal with people talking about fascism.
It's not what it is.
Like, we got language for a reason. And when I see someone like George Takei, like famous left-leaning liberal, say she fucking jerked him off to completion in the middle of a theater surrounded by children. I saw a tweet that said Lauren Boebert did what Pee Wee Herman was arrested for. And it's like, what? No, we're going over the line. Like this is why we can't have nice things. We can't even enjoy this without people trying to fucking manipulate it
fair.
into something it's
Fair.
not. All right.
I will say my favorite part of this whole event is that the original news was Lauren Boebert gets kicked out of Beetlejuice for vaping.
Yes.
And then
Yeah,
Lauren
this
that
is where it
Boebert
gets
one was
great.
good.
Yes.
herself was like, I was not vaping, bunch of liars,
Fog
this
machine.
is because of who I am, like blah 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 blah. And then they were like, oh, we'll go ahead and release our video of you vaping. And by the way, here's our video of you getting felt up by your boyfriend while you rub his dick.
Honk, honk, honk.
We will see you vaping in the theater and
And
raise you
raise
a
you.
misdemeanor for lewd and lascivious conduct.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, wow, you really should have just been like, my bad. Yes, I shouldn't have done that.
I get that
Yeah,
everybody
sorry
wants to
for vaping.
dunk on her because she's an awful person, and she does oppose gay LGBTQ rights.
No,
you're
you're exactly right. It's a good enough story. Like it's a wonderful self-own. It's a wonderful own in general. You're right. There is no need to spice it up.
Yeah.
You're completely right. Yeah.
Just to make your point.
Very fair.
All right, my story is my mom's birthday was this past Saturday. My parents have birthdays within 5 days of each other, so we celebrate them all at once.
Well, that's
that how they
convenient.
met?
Well, yeah, I
Nice.
mean, and it especially helps when your dad's birthday is 9/11. It's easy to remember.
True.
God.
Never forget that one.
Yeah.
Neither will Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, what a disaster. So we're just hanging out. We're planning on going to lunch at some point. So we've just got shit going on YouTube to kind of, fill the silences when we're hanging out. And we've found this channel recently called My Analog Journal, and it's various DJs kind of playing like deep tracks from their crates, and it's a nice little setup with plants and stuff, and they're usually like 45 to an hour, and it's songs you've probably never heard before in your life, but it's nice little shit that you can put on in the background. But they were not vibing with it. It was a little too ethnic for them. So I found a playlist on YouTube called Oldies. So I figured it was, not only would that be a good choice, but it's also a dig at them at the same time. But it wasn't really oldies. It wasn't the oldies that I have in my head. When I think oldies, I'm thinking like Chubby Checker, shit like that.
Yeah.
This was 70s funk and soul. It was Earth, Wind, and Fire, fucking Kool and the Gang, shit like that. Rick James. So not exactly oldies. And going from too ethnic over here to a little, too much soul over here was a little bit neck breaking. But the real story I want to tell you is we were watching a music video. It was either Kool and the Gang or Earth, Wind, and Fire. I don't know which one. And there was a lady dancing in the music video, and she had these pants on. Let me describe them to you. Kind of baggy in the hips and like the knees area, but then they have elastic around the shins. I don't know what you would call those type of pants. Do any of you have a guess?
Like a parachute pants capri type thing?
You're close, but there's a very specific name for it. And if you'll remember, this is either
are they clam diggers? Is that what they're called?
You're getting close. So it was either Kool and the Gang or Earth, Wind, and Fire. And let me admit to you that those are both African American fronted bands. So a lot of the people in the video are also African American. There's this lady dancing in these pants, which, apropos of nothing, my mother, bless her heart, looks at these pants and just says knickers out loud.
Oh
no.
Knickers.
Yes, of course.
And
Which, now that I hear you describe them, those do sound, in fact, like knickers. Yes, okay, sure, okay, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just thankful
I see where you're going with this.
that we were just in the privacy of my own home and we weren't out in public, because she wasn't doing anything inappropriate. But
No.
if someone were to hear that and see what
Yeah.
she was talking about, they might get the wrong idea. And I just had to share that. And I
And
didn't
then
know
she would be like, I didn't say that on Twitter. And then Twitter would release audio footage, like surveillance camera footage of her jerking off your dad.
I can tell you unequivocally, I do not think that footage exists.
To
That
him
would be
singing
nice
in
as
Earth, Wind, and
9/11.
Fire.
Nice, this is 9/11. We would never forget.
And then last thing, my recommendation, we had this on our watch list for a little bit, but we pulled up the Roku app and watched that Weird Al movie, Weird, starring Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it is fantastic
Boy.
from start to finish.
Really?
It is so good, so funny, so silly. Like I want to watch UHF and Weird, like
Oh, UHF's great.
one after the other, a little Weird Al movie marathon. It's so fucking funny because it's a biopic about a guy who did parody songs. So it's all embellished facts and inconsistencies.
I love it. Okay.
So I very much recommend it. We were starting to watch it, and I was like, so we're watching this for free. This means we're gonna have commercials, right? And she's like, yeah, I think so. But hopefully, since it's a Roku original, they'll put the commercials in places that make sense. Oh, they did not. They fucking cut to that shit in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, they're like, we're not recoding our algorithm to figure this shit out.
There's perfect spots throughout the movie for commercial breaks, and they don't use them.
Yeah.
And the commercial breaks 3 times as loud as the movie.
Oh, of course.
That's the worst.
But even with that, even with loud ass commercials, Weird is so good, and there's so many people in it. Like, there's not a character in it that I don't think is someone famous. So it's one of those, just cameo after
that
cameo.
sounds tremendous.
Yeah, all the funniest people, that are currently working are in it.
On a
Nice.
fucking Roku original movie. What an age.
Is Roku bumping now?
Oh, it was
It
bumping.
might be.
I didn't realize what Kelly was posting until Mahoney made the meme of the guy with the titty in his mouth.
Oh yeah, they're putting titties on archive.org.
It's a good meme.
You gotta make sure you
a
preserve
very
it for
good name.
posterity.
So
That guy-
I mean,
What's
I
going on,
really
Jose?
respect that they're
really
saving it.
sucking
But I
on
just,
that tit, though.
oh yeah, I just didn't know that you could just put titties in your thumbnails.
Put thumbnails on your titties.
How? Why? Why
Homeboy
would
definitely
you do that?
did that at the Beetlejuice movie.
That's so awkward. Like I'd put my finger.
Put your hand under your shirt and turn your hand around and put them thumbnails on your titties.
like gur claws, like scratch at them.
Yeah.
Honk honk.
Like the cover to Dr. Nightmare, whatever the fuck it was.
Going back to that whole situation, I had a moment where I was like, you know what? We should all live our lives like a fucking disgraced congressperson. Just going off to fucking
Whatever you
Beetlejuice
want.
the musical and honking on dicks and spitting clouds.
Just a bunch of dick honkers.
Well, it just encapsulates so much shittiness in a single person. And I bet she gets reelected.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It is, like, remember the whole Al Franken thing? Like,
Oh, yeah.
imagine Al Franken was at a play groping some random woman. Like,
He'd be in jail.
he'd gone immediately,
Like-
you know?
Like, that picture was staged and everything. Like, it wasn't even, like,
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, but she was
But he was
asleep.
like, no, but she wasn't really asleep. It was a staged photo. Like, she knew it was happening. But he was like, bad look. Okay, I'll go. This chick's like, wasn't me.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. What you got going on, Jose? Who you been groping at theaters?
Nobody.
No names.
I liked how Nice came in, so I got some movies, a fight scene, and a problem.
Oh.
Ooh. All right, let's go.
All right, so we'll lead off with the problem, which, the issue isn't a problem, but we all know I got a problem. So I'm watching this porn scene, right? And I notice that it's on a gimbal. So immediately, I'm not even like,
You're out.
what's going on doesn't matter to me because I'm like, okay, it's on a gimbal. I wonder what they're like. What are they going to do with this? Like, you don't just. Why? Where are you going with this? So I'm just watching it, and They were using the gimbal to strategically move around the sex scene to frame certain parts out when they needed to relube. And I thought this was fucking like some real solid camera work, like a real genius, where
Like,
this guy is probably some Hollywood camera guy and he just had to pick up a gig. Strikes happening, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
you still gotta work.
SAG-AFTRA is on strike. Yeah.
So you're just
film
looking for
something.
camera gigs, and they're like, "Hey, we got a camera gig, day rate, shooting in a warehouse. Bring your own gimbal." And or was this guy just like he shot so much porn and he just
or
got
he's a
tired
porn
of
lifer, and he's
Stop
a
it.
porn lifer, and he said,
So
"You know what?
he's
This
like-
is my fucking art."
Yeah. Or
This is what
the
I do.
director's a genius and he's like, okay, so I figured this out. This is how we're going to work around this issue. We're going to put the camera on a gimbal, and when it's time, you're going to give a nod to the guy whose face is cut off. He's going to give us a nod. We're going to come in. We're going to frame you out, go around. They're going to do the thing, and then we're going to pull back out, and everyone's going to put it back in. And then he yells action, and it was just fucking brilliance.
It's like the Daredevil hallway scene, but porn.
Yeah.
Dudes
Yeah,
are
try to
just
find
switching out.
try to find the cut in this. I dare you. The movies I got. My mom came over because she's been wanting. She loves The Equalizer, and for some reason, she's never seen John Wick, but she's never watched Keanu Reeves movie. But she's seen Speed and the one where he's with Sandra Bullock in like a house. Somebody wrote like a letter. He travels through time or some shit.
Yeah, what the fuck was that called? He was like a ghost or
Well,
some shit.
Yeah. And like they were able to write back and forth
Was
through
it like
the mailbox.
The, Heart Will
The
Go On
Lake
or
House.
something?
The Lake- yes.
House.
The Lake House, yes.
And I was like, yeah, but he's in that. And I was like, oh, you didn't watch a Keanu movie. You watched Sandra Bullock movies because she's in Speed and she's in Lake House. She was like, yeah, I guess so. So either way, Equalizer 3 was coming out. So we wanted them fresh. So we watched the first two. So she came over, spent the night.
Equalizer, which is Denzel John Wick.
Yes. The first one came out pretty good, which was it based off of like an 80s TV show I used to watch growing up, which is pretty cool, which is also a TV show now with Queen Latifah as the Equalizer,
That's right.
which is pretty much ex-military, can't see bad shit go down. On one of the missions, a bomb went off, faked his death, stayed dead to everybody, tried to live the retired life, but when somebody he meets, he sees some shit go wrong, he does it. And then now he just helps people who's been wronged.
Is this he works at like Home Depot or something and
Yes.
somebody steals like the lady's wedding ring?
Yes.
Yeah. I've seen these
So
clips on
you saw that TikTok scene? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, that movie, the TikTok famous Equalizer series,
Okay.
15 seconds at a time.
Yep.
So we were supposed to see it yesterday, and apparently I fucked up. I looked at the wrong movie, or movie day. We almost drove to the theater. Times are wrong, so we went today. Saw Equalizer 3, first two yesterday. Pretty good series, not bad. Not as John Wick-ish because as the series go on, you kind of see less of Denzel during the fights,
Yes.
I mean,
as
that makes
opposed to
sense.
like you always see Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
in John
Denzel's
Wick. Like
Pretty
you
old
always
at this point, right?
right, yeah. Well, he's 68 right now.
Yeah, like come
So
on.
I
yeah,
get
there
it.
you go.
I get it. I completely get it. And they started this series like almost 10 years ago. So
Hell, it might have been longer than that.
no,
I can remember them saying that 3 was in like development hell for a while.
yeah, 2014 is when the first one came out.
Oh, okay.
It was 2014, 2018, 2023. So even at 58 to have done Equalizer 1,
Yeah, no shit.
and then now you do Equalizer 2 4 years later in your
Denzel is 68. No shit. Wow.
so
around forever.
it was a good series.
Okay.
And now here's what's fucking cool is in the third one, the agent, he's kind of working with is fucking Dakota Fanning, who as a child starred with him in Man on Fire.
Oh yeah.
Is the agent that he is working with Dakota Fanning? Or is the agent he's working with fucking Dakota Fanning?
Not fucking. No, he doesn't fuck anybody.
You were just
Okay.
using fucking as a
Yes.
Right,
connector word.
but there was a moment where I was like, wait.
No,
Is it
I was
actually
right with you, Mahoney.
Dakota Fanning? Or is it a person who is engaged in the fucking of Dakota Fanning?
Yes. No. Okay. So it is Dakota Fanning.
Dakota fucking Fanning. Yeah.
Yeah. Minus fucking Denzel Washington. But it's pretty cool because Man on Fire was the shit. So for them to like work on a movie way
That is pretty
down
wild,
the road is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I dug that, which I didn't know because I knew we were gonna. I knew Mom wanted to see it, so I didn't want to know nothing about this. I didn't know who the fuck was in it. She's also obsessed with Pedro Pascal,
Who is it?
like so obsessed.
Like to the point where in my Instagram suggestions, I get a bunch of Pedro Pascal fan accounts because she follows them.
She
Sure. Yeah.
spent the day.
That's
'Cause
definitely why.
I had an eye doctor appointment today. So she spent the day searching through every streaming service I had for anything that had him in it. She was watching Law and Order episodes where he played like a nobody who got arrested. She fucking watched the scene of the movie where he plays a waiter who pulls out Matt Damon's chair. She's like, "Yep, that's it," and then turns the movie off.
Now every streaming site you have is just full of continue watchings.
Yeah, anything and everything paid. This motherfucker was on the couch watching The Good Wife, which I've seen all The Good
This is
Wives,
your
and I
mom
guess I
you're
didn't
talking
realize
about,
he
this
was
motherfucker.
like a lawyer on that in
Is he the good
one
one?
of the seasons.
He would be a good wife.
And she's watching a Pedro scene on YouTube on her phone.
She just needs Pedro in her eyes at all times.
Yeah. She looks at me and she goes, "Okay, for Christmas, you're going to get me a Pedro Pascal action figure. Here's the options." And she ran down everything. And I was like, "I hate to break it to you, but I don't think those are real."
There's got to be a
I
Pedro
wanted
Last
to
of
have
Us
a
figure
dick.
coming, right?
Well, there's a lot. She's getting mixed up with the customs. The customs are like, I can't just go buy that. Like somebody sculpted that head. Somebody may be selling that head, but like that's not a real figure I can go get. Somebody custom.
I have
So
this
she,
conversation with
she's-
Will constantly.
yeah, she's gonna end up probably with like a fucking Hot Toys Mandalorian
Oh my god.
that the
You
helmet
could do worse.
can come off.
Yeah, don't get her that fucked up Hasbro Mandalorian where you take that helmet off and he looks like a swamp
Sweaty
person.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every time I see her, she's like, "You guys gotta watch The Last of Us."
Mm,
I
yeah,
don't know
she
what
was
you're doing.
selling that to
I don't
me
know
hard.
what you're doing with your time, but you need to be watching Last of Us.
She's like, it's not zombies. And I'm like, I know, it's like fungi or something, right? She's like, yeah.
I mean, she's right about that. It is
Yeah.
it's a perfect show.
Well, I get it, but she only cares because Pedro. And then she's telling me everything. She told me how the show got made. She told me how the writer wanted to work with the guy that made the game design, and the game design wanted to work with the director, but they were both too shy to talk to each other, and then they finally talked to each other. It was
Oh, she's going deep.
Yeah. And then she told me, and also he was saying this, and she's talking like him and Pedro, her and Pedro just got off the phone. She was like, yeah. And then Pedro was telling the story about how it was funny because he had the scene where he pulled out the chair for Matt Damon and he told a joke that made him laugh. And then years later, they're working on the Great
God.
Wall with Matt Damon, and Matt Damon remembered. He's like, "Hey, aren't you the guy that pulled out my chair and made me laugh on the set of that movie?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's me." And then they all chuckled.
You know what would blow her fucking mind, dude? Like, Pedro's doing the convention circuit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to have to go to a convention and stand in a line, though.
Oof.
But like, this is an attainable goal.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we are going to get tased.
Come on, you think your mom's the worst he's ever dealt with?
I guess we're going to find out.
He's seriously considering if she would be.
So yeah, she's obsessed. And then we also watched Massive Weight of
He
Extraordinary
gets his
Talent.
eyeball squished out in Game of Thrones. Skip that one. I don't think she would like that.
Oh,
part.
No, she already watched it. She was watching
okay.
it a bunch.
the Nick Cage Pedro movie.
The unbearable weight of massive talent. That is
Yes. Really
that's a
good.
fucking movie and a half. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Have you guys seen this new Nick Cage movie that's coming out?
Nope.
I forget what the name of it is, but he plays like a schlubby professor.
Yes.
And
I have seen
multiple
some of this. It
people
looks
start
great.
dreaming of him.
Yes. Yeah, I want to see that one. And then what's the other new one? Sympathy for the Devil. It's him and Joel Kinnaman, homeboy who played Rick Flag
Yeah.
in Suicide Squad. That one
Oh,
looks pretty
shitty
wild.
RoboCop.
Yes.
Shitty.
He was shitty RoboCop.
He was
That's right.
shitty
Fucking
RoboCop.
crybaby RoboCop.
Mm-hmm. My feelings matter.
Fuck that
World
movie.
Cup.
Juggalo John in the chat says he wants Pedro Pascal to do a remake of Smokey and the Bandit.
Holy shit.
I can see that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that.
Huh.
Fucking great.
Think you're onto something there, kid.
Yeah, same yeah.
Step into my office over here. Let's talk more about it.
Get me the mayor of Hollywood on the phone. Oh, he's
Yeah,
busy.
just go ahead and sign this paper right here. Go ahead and say that, yeah, I was here with you when we had this idea, right? Both of us, eh?
Oh, is it my job?
And then the fight scene I got
Just not a, never mind.
during the off season of the shows while we were Fortnitans, me and the Nicey, we saw the new Toidles. And that movie is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're
It
doing
really
a
is.
show set in the same world on Paramount Plus next year.
Yep. And the
That
movie's
will
on
be
Paramount
huge.
Plus now.
Fantastic.
You would have told me I'd be sitting in the theater watching Ninja Turtles scored by Trent Reznor. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Will
I-
asked me yesterday, when do I think Ninja Turtles 2 will come out? And I said, I don't know, man, like 4 or 5 years, and he almost died.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but you got to
TV
tell
show
him.
next year sounds great.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles 2 is pretty much the TV show.
Yeah.
Awesome movie. Well done. Animation was cool. Story was cool. The flip
Yep.
of who had the crush on April was cool. It made sense. Everything they changed works.
Mhm.
Gross, creepy ass scumbug. Like, it's
Yeah.
horrible.
Fucking just making out with them. But what I thought was the fucking coolest thing was they had, well, number one, Jackie Chan is shut in.
Splinter.
Humans Are Horrible Splinter was fucking fantastic.
And I love that the first big fight scene, like they kick all those dudes' asses basically by accident, and it's
Yeah.
so fucking fun, so
Yeah.
good.
It's
Like-
they're blundering. They're getting in each other's way. They're not working as a team. There's that fight of who's the team leader kind of thing going on.
And you know, I can say with no exaggeration that one of my favorite things I've ever seen in a movie might be when they realize they're hooked up to a milking machine.
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah.
funny.
Goddamn funny.
And then
So
when
Splinter gets
Splinter
there, he's
sees
like-
it,
What does that machine say?
Yeah. They were like, nothing, don't worry about it. He's like, what is that? What is that machine?
I told you they'd milk you. They're fucking milking you over there. So that Splinter fight scene was awesome on many levels because it was a Jackie Chan fight scene. He got into the chair. He was using his environments, rolling around, hitting people. And then they brought the nunchucks in it. And the scene kind of plays a little bit like Enter the Dragon,
Yes.
which was cool because that's the scene Jackie Chan was a stunt double on with Bruce Lee.
Wild.
That's
Oh,
cool.
That's
I never
cool.
knew that.
So I thought that was one of my favorite little nods. Was they did the scene from Enter the Dragon, but that's also the scene Jackie Chan was in, and that's pretty cool.
We were
That's pretty
rad.
rad. When the kids go back to the sewer and he's got like his cardboard cutout, it's like, we're gonna have a party with Chris Pine.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's the best, Chris? We
And when
went-
they use like the real movies in
Mhm.
Yeah.
it was fucking yeah.
It's so great.
It's good.
We were fig hunting before the movie, and we're looking at the turtle figures, and I almost spoiled it for him. I was gonna be like, "So, what do you think? You know, since Bebop and Rocksteady are like living with the turtles now, what do you think's gonna happen next?" But I didn't. I stopped myself. But really, like, what do you think's gonna happen with Bebop and Rocksteady? They're all hanging out.
My favorite scene in that whole movie is when they're in the car, they slam on the brakes and send all of the mutants flying out the front windshield, and they take the van. And then Mondo Gecko gets on the back of the van, and he's just screaming at Mikey, and he's like, "You threw me out of a car. That's not cool." And Mikey's like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And Raph just goes, "I'm not sorry at all," and kicks him in the face through the window.
Such a rad thing to do. It's a great movie. Highly recommendo.
And I mean,
Wish April was a little more fuckable though. I mean,
oh my god! I've made the point. April is the most attractive human in that entire movie.
no,
Yeah.
she might be.
There's definitely some ugly fucking humans, and the whole Baxter just being this like insane dude.
Yep.
I'm just trying to build some friends.
Little bug babies.
Nah, it's
It
fucking
was
great.
so cool. Great
I'll have to
movie. The
watch it
toys
again
are
now that
great.
it's out.
If you're in the market for turtle toys, they are very well put
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see what Playmates has got on display at Toy Fair.
Yeah. I had the 4-pack with Donnie as Spock in my hand at one point
Oh yeah, we have
when we were
that.
at Walmart.
It's a good one.
I got my IDW turtles in, the best action ones that came in today, and they're fucking great.
Nice.
Those
Real
look
fun.
so cool.
No bullshit. My favorite part, like the boxes aren't even taped shut, so you just open them up, you pull out the clamshell, and you dump all the parts out. Like there's no ties, no fucking bands, no nothing. I was like, yes, A+, yes.
Yeah, like because there was a point where they
I don't need
made
tools.
they made action figures real difficult, didn't they?
Yeah.
It
Marvel Legends.
yeah.
Remember when the Marvel Legends were like the sealed plastic?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they had at least 10 zip ties apiece.
Yes.
I bought a little handheld UV blacklight specifically to charge this glow in the dark
Okay.
fucking Toxie that I got
Oh, all right.
because it's kind of
I
fun.
was like, "What is this for?"
Well, and then the first time I turned it on, I was at my desk, and like all the little like cut off tabs from toys that are under my desk floor started glowing. I'm like, oh
Oh.
Jesus Christ! I got a vacuum under here. There were so many.
How many loads?
Well, I'm not an animal.
So
like
many.
9, 12, something like that. Not too many. Never mind. Not gonna say it. Okay. Kelly, tell me about your week.
Please, Kelly,
Uh,
quick.
Shouts out to Mahoney, who did his boy a solid.
Oh,
All right.
So this week we went up against each other in fantasy.
Oh God damn it.
And Lee,
He said,
Lee-
Kelly, of all people, you walked me into this trap.
Lee, you might remember a controversy from a couple weeks ago.
Et tu, Kelly. Et tu.
Yeah. You may remember Mahoney and Jose screaming at each other.
Yeah, for about 47 minutes. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Well,
burnt into my goddamn memory.
I was going up against Mahoney. The trade didn't go through, and it came down to we had a pretty close match. and it
We were
came
up by
down
1
to
point.
yeah. We each had one player, and I realized that Anime Boy, who was the one that I was trying to trade for, is the person who Mahoney had playing, and I was like, oh man, it's going to be funny if I lose to Anime Boy.
And
Guess
I
what?
said I simply will not allow it.
And he didn't. He sat Anime Boy.
Yeah.
Well, that's goddamn beautiful.
Right.
That's on you, buddy.
I think it's on you.
It's
Well,
not on me.
It might be on you, Jose.
It
Well, who
didn't end
won?
up mattering. You would have beaten him anyway, Kelly.
I know,
it was
but
a nice
it was-
gesture.
It was
Well, yeah,
not
but if he
until,
took
like,
the L because
5
he doesn't
minutes
want to
left
play
in
a
the first
guy
quarter.
and he doesn't want the points that may help him in a tiebreak, that's on him.
I don't care. I am fairly certain this is my last season of fantasy football. I do not care about this season.
Oh,
you were not allowed to leave before I am.
Oh, too bad, Kelly. Too bad.
No, you're cursed with this forever.
Nope.
What are you gonna do instead? Watch
I don't know.
TikToks?
Maybe.
Fantasy
Find
TikTok
something.
League?
I'll find
Got
something.
15-second
God.
clips.
Can you imagine what's darker than fucking fantasy talks? Jesus.
There's actually a lot of very helpful fantasy talks.
From like sports medicine doctors.
Just like in general, like, experts and people of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But yeah, I was like, I'm not beating Kelly with the guy who he wanted. So
And then,
I sat
and then
him,
we made
and then
a
I
deal
traded
today.
him to Kelly today. Said, here, take your Anime Boy.
A fair trade.
I mean, whatever.
Jose,
All I wanted was
you
somebody
ran
from Kelly's
Mahoney
team
off.
that Kelly would not care.
I didn't run him off.
I think
wanted
you ran
somebody
him
from
off.
Kelly's team that he wouldn't care about trading, and I said, "Give me the
Scheming
worst player you have."
subterfuge.
I don't know what
No
that.
one.
I don't
no
know.
one
I
was
know what
yelling.
subterfuge means, but not in that context.
Who subs who's food?
This word does not mean what I think you'll think it means.
I'll sub your food.
Whoa, hey, it's a family show. Family show. What do you think this is? A Beetlejuice musical? Because you'd be subbing fuses? Ridiculous.
Get them titties away.
Pregnant woman sitting behind her asked her to stop vaping, and she said, "No."
Honestly,
She
like,
looked her right in the eyes and was like, but I'm not.
Not
all of
gonna.
this just from that. Some pregnant lady was like, "Do you think you could not vape at Beetlejuice the musical?" And
Yeah.
she caught an attitude, and now everybody sees her boyfriend with his hand down her shirt.
Hunky hunky honk honk.
Like,
Love it.
why?
I
Fucking
think
love it.
TMZ interviewed her, and she was like, the one thing I take away from this is I got to make sure to check party affiliation before I go on dates. And it's like, bitch,
Yeah, that's the one
that
thing.
did not matter.
Yeah.
She just got so turned on by some fucking Denver Democrat that she needed to
Yeah.
honk on his wiener.
I'm only supposed to wiener honk them repubs.
Yeah, we've all been there.
She's like, I've only ever done this to my father before.
Safe to
Like I
print.
said, their fucking dirty talk must be out of control.
Yeah.
Those two. Just hating into each other's eyes.
They just recite Beetlejuice back and forth.
I mean, every once in a while you look at somebody and you can just tell that they would say the filthiest shit you've ever heard. That's definitely the vibe she gives off.
But like she mispronounces words.
Oh,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, like in general, in life, beating
None of it
around
makes
her would be
any
miserable.
sense.
But like if you wanted to shit on somebody's chest, she'd probably be like, "Okay."
Fucking preposterous.
It's a wild time.
What else you got going on, Kelly?
Fucking nothing.
That's beautiful, man.
It's nice.
Take us home, Mahoney.
All right, I need to set the stage for you all. I'm at work. I
Yuck.
have a pretty quiet day, but
Are you physically at work?
no, I'm in my office at home
Okay.
working, and something arises in the end of the day. It's like an emergency. So I'm on this call. I'm on a video call. I have my TikTok stream up to my right. I just have the volume off because I'm on my call, but it's sitting next to my computer. So I'm half watching that, half paying attention to what's going on. I'm literally solving this massive problem. Basically saying, why don't you do the thing I told you to do last week? And they're like, we think we might want to at this point after we wasted 4 days trying some other approach. I glance down at the TikTok stream, and this dude, I see his profile picture, and it's him coming. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so now I'm completely distracted from work. And I grab my phone and I pick it up and I click on it and I'm like, yeah, that dude, that is a as Nice put it, a burst shot of the precise moment that a solid 2-3 inches of jizz is just launching out of him in his car. He's in a car. It's just shooting up in the air. Like, you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to clean your car? Like, what are you doing? So now I'm not paying any attention to my work call. I've like turned off my camera. I'm like, what is this? And yeah, I messaged the dude. I'm like, you can't be serious with this profile picture. Like, what are we doing here? I like send it to the group chat. I'm like, we got a guy in chat. The picture is like this picture, and in just a wonderful moment, the 19-year-old little M, she goes, I don't get it. What is it? And I was like, oh no. And then, like, a couple of people are like, you know, those are like unseasoned children over there. Like those. And she's like, nah, I do not understand.
Jesus.
And I had to be like, it's a cum shot, M. It's a cum shot. It was a wild time.
Can y'all see it?
So yeah,
I tried to.
Unseasoned children?
yeah.
That
He looks
is
like so chill too.
He's got the biggest smile on his face.
I don't know if that's a smile.
Yeah, he's coming.
It looks like he's got cool
Yeah.
sunglasses on that I gave him.
He does.
He said, check out these vinegar strokes.
I mean, yeah, look at the size of that thing. Not like that one guy.
He's probably like down here is probably some boobs that he's looking at.
Like, what a thing. To be like, I'm gonna make this my TikTok profile picture.
Okay,
it's
I
a
don't
lot.
I don't want to disparage an entire people. However,
Uh-oh.
Yes.
some of the horniest dudes that exist are black dudes.
Okay.
Right? Like, look at that guy. Like, there's like a different level of horny.
I mean, maybe, but I think it might be not necessarily an uptick in horny as much as it might be an uptick in confidence with the same base level horny as like your average fucking incel, but they're not gonna do anything about it.
Okay, well, but horniness with confidence is it makes the horniness exponential, I feel. Like that's a horny multiplier.
You might be
I
right.
can see it. I certainly see where you're coming from.
Like this guy
Yeah.
needed to jerk off in his car and take a photo of it. He needed it.
He needed it. He probably was needing it shortly before
He
that
was
photo.
probably on his break from work.
Well, it's not an impossibility.
He works at the deli.
Oh God! I don't know why that's worse, but it certainly is.
Like, I'm
Yeah, he
not
seems
saying
like a
all
deli
black
guy.
dudes. I'm just
He's like,
saying.
hey, let me
Yeah.
cut that meat for you. No, I got it. Let me cut it. Come on.
They're clean. Calm down. What's the matter?
So yeah, be
Jesus.
careful out there on the TikTok.
And big
People
ups
are
for
cum shotting.
getting it all in focus, because like
It's honestly a beautiful picture.
we've seen some real blurry cum shots, haven't we, boys?
We
sure
sure
have.
have. And like, I gotta say, there are a lot of times where somebody will have some kind of picture and you'll be like, is that a dick? And you click in and it's like cleverly not, but like it's meant to look like it and like trick you, but it's not, you know?
And they got
And
you.
so when I saw it, I was like, that dude is fucking coming. And then I was like, no, that's not going to be it. And I clicked in and I was like, well, nope, that's exactly what that is.
I need to just comment
Trust your gut.
on how easily he was able to get the head of his dick and his face in the frame at the same time.
That's just not his first time.
It's not the lowest angle I've ever seen. Like that almost seems like he's taking it from the dashboard. Like, he did not have to stretch to get that picture to happen. Fully shirt off too. Like,
Yeah,
he's
it's the whole
like-
thing.
if I'm
Where
gonna
do we
jerk
think?
off in the car,
Where do we think he is? Is he in like a Walmart parking lot?
He's in the parking lot of Publix, about to go back in for work after his break.
He's parked outside a Discovery Zone.
No,
I
the
honestly
theory
don't
that
think
it's
that's-
on break is not a bad theory.
Yeah.
That actually checks out. That makes a lot of sense.
He looks too happy about going back to work, though.
I
Yeah,
don't
'cause
know.
he knows what he just fucking did. Anyone who just did that's going to look happy. He's going to. There's a natural glow to you.
He doesn't look happy to me. He looks like he's weeping.
One of those.
So maybe somebody kidnapped his kids and they told him, if I don't see this as your profile pic for the next week, I'm gonna. You never see.
No, I'm pretty sure that his kids are splattered all over his car.
Oh. Roasted.
Fucking wild, y'all.
Again,
gotta
fucking
take off
think
my
about the last
AutoZone
time you
polo
cleaned your
shirt.
car. Like, leaning in to get the dashboard, getting all those crevices. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he was cleaning his car and thinking about leaning in and getting all them crevices. He's like,
He's like, this is
I'm all
fucking fun,
sweaty over
actually.
here. Oh my Jesus. Okay. Ah.
And
Got
you
that
know,
new car smell back.
Yeah.
what substance
Whoa.
is less easy to clean than cum?
Oh, he used Armor All for fucking lube.
It's like, it'll come right off.
lube.
Fucking insane. What a business card that is.
And this is on what platform is this guy on?
TikTok.
This is
Okay.
his TikTok
What-
profile.
What if he's a valet driver?
Oh, God.
no.
Shirt off, blowing loads in somebody's Prius.
Oh, let me go get the car. I'll be right back.
Oh, I nutted in a Tesla today, you guys.
Oh.
Oh, that was the thing that Em was like, what is
Yeah,
this?
like, oh
I was
yeah,
like-
that's what got me that picture.
It was like, it's a dude in his car
Tesla nut.
shooting ropes. And she was like, shooting ropes? Like, what is that?
Oh, sweet
And
summer
then, you know,
child.
everybody joined in with their own euphemism. And she finally was like, I do not understand. We had to be like, he's coming. He's coming.
Sperm.
He's ejaculating into his camera lens.
This is Spermies. Spermies is alive.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with valet driver.
We fucking came in hot.
Oh, Jesus. Not as hot as that guy, but yeah, not bad. You know what? Fuck it. Let's land this bitch.
Land it.
Good enough as any time.
I thought you were gonna say fuck it. Let's go through the AEW roster again.
Let's go through the Impact Wrestling alumni.
You know, fuck it. Let's do it.
Have a good night.
Ah.
Talk about whatever
next
wrestling
week.
roster you want. I'm hanging up.
Join us next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. For Jason Nyes, Jose Guzman, and Kelly Harris, I am the Lord Reverend Leo Rodriguez. Talk to you guys next week. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
Fucking Google something.
Demonetize this.
Holy shit.
Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this.
I didn't want to say it.
Demonetize this.
What are you, some kind of bitch?
Whoa.
Demonetize this.
You fucking
Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this.
Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch. That's it. Show's over. We're done.
See you next Tuesday.